From slapping your opponent with a fish to hitting them with a bag of popcorn across the face, the WWE superstars sometimes can get creative in the ways they can hurt their opponent, or at least make it seem like it to have a laugh. We're all familiar with the normal chairs, tables, ladders, and other casual weapons used in the WWE. But in this video, we will be talking about the weirdest object used in the WWE ring. Starting our list, we have a prosthetic leg. The 1996 WWE pay-per-view event, In Your House, Good Friends, Better Enemies, marked one of the final curtains for Diesel and Razor Ramon before they left the WWE and hitched a ride to WCW. The spotlight of the evening was stolen by the main event, where Shawn Michaels defended his WWE Championship against Diesel. This match was anything but ordinary, and it took a detour into the bizarre when Diesel decided that Mad Dog Vacon, a spectator, was hiding some treasure. It was Mad Dog's artificial leg. Like a scene out of a dark comedy, Diesel aimed to turn the leg into a weapon to use against Michaels. However, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels dodged the attack, snatched the leg, and turned the tables on Diesel, giving a whole new meaning to legging out a victory. This odd moment left the fans with something to talk about even years after. Next, we have actual dog poop. The Attitude Era in WWE was known for its eccentric segments, and one of those instances was when The Rock delivered a rock bottom to the British Bulldog onto a tray filled with genuine dog feces. This came out during a period where the Bulldog was attempting to re-establish himself in the WWE. Having been put in a high-profile feud with one of the promotion's biggest stars, this was the big break Bulldog needed. Yet, unfortunately, his physical condition couldn't measure up to the level of the emerging talents, The Rock being a prime example. As things went on, WWE set up a tag team match featuring The Rock and Sock Connection squaring off against Val Venis and the Bulldog. The match veered into an unusual territory and ended in a no contest after The Rock's signature move on an unorthodox and rather unsavory prop, a tray of dog poop. This unappetizing spectacle didn't just leave a stain on the mat, but significantly tarnished the Bulldog's credibility as he paced towards his major pay-per-view face-off with The Rock. The segment, while grotesque, showcased the length to which the storyline gambled on shock value. During a time when pushing the envelope was the order of the day in the WWE, the following weird object used in the WWE is an actual fish and a kitchen sink. The 1999 No Mercy pay-per-view saw one of the strangest gimmick matches in WWE history. Jeff Jarrett at the time debuted a new gimmick in order to try and win the fans over, which was revolved around sexism, and China was his main target. This led to the one and only Good Housekeeping match in WWE history. The match featured a number of household items that good housekeepers use on a daily basis. One of those items was a fish. This harmless creature was used by Jeff Jarrett as a weapon on Chyna, hitting her on the back with it. And Chyna, well, went along with the segment, and she sold it as if she was hit with an actual chair shot to the back. Chyna then went on to hit Jarrett with a kitchen sink on the head, leading to many great puns from Jerry Lawler on the commentary side. The match ended after Chyna smashed Jeff's guitar on his head, becoming the first ever woman Intercontinental Champion. Chyna sold that fish shot perfectly. But who knows, a fish might actually hurt. But what definitely does not hurt is a bag of popcorn. 1999 was a big year for the WWE. It was so famous that Vince McMahon decided to air an episode of Heat during the Super Bowl halftime show. This episode featured one match, and it was the WWE Champion at the time, The Rock, against Mankind for the title in an empty arena match. This match was definitely one that the fans will never forget, and it sparked a legendary rivalry between The Rock and Mankind. One special moment, however, stand out during the whole match. That moment was one where Mankind found a bag filled with popcorn and thought it would be a great weapon against The Rock.
Most unusual manner.
So he went on to hit him with the bag multiple times. The Rock, being one of the best entertainers in the history of the WWE, went along with the segment and sold the hits like a champion. He even clearly oversold the hits in a humorous way. Mankind went on to win the match and claim the title. Was his victory a result of the popcorn bag hits? We will never know. Although popcorn bags do not hurt, bowling balls can really leave a mark. The item has been used a number of times throughout the WWE history. It was commonly used during the Attitude Era, partly during matches for the Hardcore title. It has also been used in a number of major WWE matches during the PG era, including Cena vs Alberto Del Rio in 2012 and Elias vs Bobby Lashley in 2018. The bowling ball is used just the way you would imagine it to be used, with the wrestler on the other side spreading his legs, and the bowling ball rolling down hitting in between. I'm not sure how they made that move without actually taking a hit in the groin from a bowling ball, but it is funny nonetheless.
Are you sure about that?
Now, if you ever stepped on a Lego before, you know that this is an immense pain no human would ever wish it upon even his worst enemy. Now imagine instead of stepping on one accidentally, you get body slammed right on top of a bed made of Legos. Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. This happened multiple times throughout WWE history, and no doubt it must have been incredibly painful for whoever had to take the bump. During the Elias vs Bobby Lashley Miracle on the 34th Street fight in 2018, Lashley took a huge bump into the Lego bricks, which no doubt left the former champion in immense pain. WWE then went on to ban Legos from being used as a weapon, to prevent other wrestlers going through the same pain. No, that was a joke. Legos were actually banned, but not for that reason. They were banned because AEW started using them a lot, so they didn't want to fall into the accusations of copying a rival company. Next on our list we have a sock, probably the weirdest object for me, and one that I never understood. The sock is no strange weapon in the WWE, used as a finisher by people like Mankind, and turned into a snake and used also as a finisher by Santino Marella. Mick Foley first introduced Mr. Socko to the WWE universe, and it quickly became a fan favorite. Imagine a man the size of Mick Foley, walking down the ring with a barbed wire bat, ready to wreak havoc on you, just so he can pull out his sock and choke you down and use it as a finisher. I never understood the concept of this finisher. It was fun to watch nonetheless. The sock was also used by Santino Marella, which was not a surprise because Santino's gimmick at the time was based on humor and funny stunts. His finisher was basically him turning his hand into a snake by putting on a green sock and just striking down his opponents with it, effectively winning the match. The WWE can get weird sometimes, so this is no surprise. Talking about weird, our next object is a mannequin head. In the 1990s, one bizarre trend became famous with professional wrestling's most enigmatic superstar, Al Snow. At the time, he adopted a gimmick of a man who projected his insecurities onto a mannequin head that he carried around with him everywhere he went. When Snow wasn't talking to the head, it was either talking back to him or helping him in the ring. Snow would use the head as a weapon, striking his opponents with it and knocking them out. And one time, he even insisted that the head was a normal person and made the referee count him out while he laid on his opponent. The head became so famous that when Snow would enter the ring, fans would raise up their own styrofoam heads or toss them into the ring as a show of respect. This is definitely on the top of the list of weird objects used in the WWE. And finally, we have a potted plant. Following WrestleMania 32 in 2016, one of the biggest feuds to begin was a feud between Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. The feud escalated when Ambrose debuted the Ambrose Asylum talk show, and as part of Ambrose's set for his talk show, he would have a potted plant known as Mitch. During a segment on Raw, a brawl would start between the two superstars, and Jericho grabs the potted plant and hits Ambrose across the head with it. Jericho later revealed that it was his idea to use the plant in the feud. During an Inside the Ropes tour, Jericho said, "We put the potted plant in the ring, and then my idea was that at some point in time, I would use this potted plant as a weapon. So I had a bunch of highlight reels over the next few months, and I would keep the potted plant in there every time. And finally, the idea was that I would have a highlight reel with Ambrose and then hit him with the potted plant. So I do the angle and I hit him with the potted plant, and he misses SmackDown next week. He's got a concussion, he's got all these injuries, but all anybody was talking about was a potted plant being broken. And then some genius at WWE shop gave it the name of Mitch the Potted Plant. And I was like, no, stop it. This is like an assault with a deadly weapon. It's a potted plant." WWE's incorporation of these weird objects really makes some segments even more fun to watch and brings some feuds to life. Which weird weapon you think is the weirdest of them all? For me, it's the sock. I just don't get it.